Went straight to DVD.
What's up, guys? Collective Grower. Wanted to check in real quick. I got just about everything finished in this room here. This is the first flower room. We've got all the lights in, ventilation, only running one side right now. Changed a few things up from what I originally was kind of talking about. After talking to everybody, I kind of revamped the plan and made some changes. So first I had to figure out a way to mount all my lights. So I ended up using a 2x4 mounted directly into one of the studs, the 2x6s that ran across the ceiling, and then drilled everything into that with anchors, and then ran all the lights up through the ceiling and up to the ballast connections. I'll show those to you guys later. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run each of the three rooms is going to come in from here. They're going to come in from the ceiling. They're going to pull through these three lights, and then they're going to vent directly up and back into the warehouse, and then be collected and at some point vented out of the warehouse completely. But for now, this entire right side in each room is going to run that exact same way. And then this side over here, the left side of each room, I'm going to do a little different. What I'm going to put is, and beard out, I'm going to hang from the ceiling sideways my 8-inch carbon filter, mount it to the ceiling, pull air from there through each of these three lights, and then vent that as well directly out into the warehouse, and then be collected and ultimately kicked out of the warehouse completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that negative pressure from there to allow air to come through the door and basically continually replace all my fresh air and my CO2 and my oxygen and everything that I'm going to need in here. And if that ultimately doesn't work, or I'm not totally satisfied, at some point, no matter what, I'm going to upgrade to more of a sealed system and run each set of lights independent, pulling outside air, and then keep this room basically sealed, and then run a CO2 generator. And I will eventually upgrade to that. I have all my Sentinel products that I plan on using. This is my cycle timer here, Sentinel cycle timer for my pumps, and then this is my environment controller, which will do my CO2 and basically control everything in the world if I wanted. I'm still going to set my my sniffer up. I still want to have that wire kind of running up the wall along the ceiling, and then ultimately hanging straight down into the center of the room, because I do want to monitor where my CO2 ppms are. And I was testing it out earlier, and we're actually a little bit more than 1 atmosphere in this room when I've got my vent fan, my vent 8-inch running. So when this is running and the door is shut, and we're pulling warehouse air into this room, we're actually running at about 500 ppm, just under 500 ppm of CO2, which is a little over 1 atmosphere. So that's pretty good, just in itself. And I'm going to run that for a while and see how I like it. And then at some point, like I said, in the future, maybe I'll do 1 room CO2 generation, 1 room not, and kind of do a side-by-side and compare the two. Maybe I'll do kind of a battle of the sealed versus the negative pressure rooms, and we'll see which one produces better. But for now, I just kind of want to show you guys where we're at. I'm going to switch everything over to Sentinel. I've had nothing but horrible luck with CAP, and I absolutely refuse to use their products ever again. So yeah, the cycle timer goes down to 1 second, which I know CAP makes an equivalent product, but to be honest, I will never use CAP again. So I'll use anything but CAP. And Sentinel is the way I'm going to go from here. This has not been lifted yet, obviously, or exhausted out, but that'll be done here in a few minutes. The rest of the warehouse is pretty much finished. I will have a full-blown walkthrough update soon, but I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up and let you see this room is handled. This is the first flower room. Lights are on for the most part, and I'm going to get all the mothers and clones moved over here in the next day or so, and let them start vegging out in here before I flip them over to flowers. So anyways, quick update. Thanks guys.